This is a story about our Canada and its future. Although we're a first world country, we have our own third world problems. You're probably asking yourself, really? Where? What we're talking about is the difficulties facing the Aboriginal population here in Canada. Let's say that right now in Canada, an Aboriginal baby boy is being born. Let's call him Kyle. Now let's see how his life will turn out using today's statistics on the Aboriginal peoples.
Starting from birth, Kyle is already at risk. Unfortunately, infant mortality rates are 1.5 to 4 times greater in the Aboriginal population, putting Kyle at risk of not even making it past his first few breaths of life. Now let's say Kyle defies these odds. Growing up on a reserve, Kyle and his parents struggle to get food because they are 4 times more likely to experience food insecurity. Kyle's parents will more than likely suffer with this because they'll probably be making 40 to 61% less income as the average Canadian. Not being able to afford proper food, Kyle will likely develop with malnutrition. Adding to this, on reserve, 32% do not even know if their water is even clean. Unclean water will attribute even more health issues to come. But despite all these health and environmental issues being faced, Kyle will go off to school and try and get an education.
Once in school, Kyle has hopes and dreams of completing high school. Unfortunately, odds are not in his favor. The graduation rate for Aboriginal students is 54% compared to the 83% for non-Aboriginal students, giving him a 50-50 likelihood of finishing school and going on to get a job. To quote former Prime Minister Paul Martin, "When you take a look at the high school dropout rates among Aboriginal Canadians, which are just abysmal compared to other Canadians, it's pretty clear that education is the foundation of anybody succeeding in today's world." Now let's say that Kyle did not complete high school. This will close many opportunities for him and create a very narrow set of jobs for him to apply to and be accepted to. Reality is that the unemployment rate for Aboriginals is 3 times higher than non-Aboriginals.
Now stop. Let's reverse the clock for Kyle. We need to realize that what Kyle just went through is more of a reality for people than we think. In fact, Aboriginal people are the fastest growing population in Canada. In 2006, 28% of urban Aboriginal population was under 15 years of age, compared to the 17% of the non-Aboriginal population. With the population growing at this speed, more and more people will be subject to these statistics unless something is done. We need to realize that what Kyle just went through is a collection of consequences due to colonial trauma, where he and his parents' have been discriminated against all their lives. We talk about the physical problems he'll face without realizing the potential for mental strains. Fact of the matter is that Aboriginal people are 4 to 5 times more likely to commit suicide than non-Aboriginal.
We need to recognize the social consequences of not investing in Aboriginals, which include high suicide rates and increased occurrences of mental illness, alcoholism, and drug abuse. It is estimated that the cost of doing nothing and not investing in Aboriginals costs Canada $7.5 billion per year. We need to rectify this cycle from continuing to occur. As expressed by former Prime Minister Paul Martin, we need to invest in the Aboriginal people of today. We need to invest in Kyle. If we invest in Kyle, he will have a better chance of remaining in school. Completing his education will equip him to attain a well-paying job, and a well-paying job will push him and his future family past the poverty line. He can break through the stereotypes and statistics that so often outfollowed his parents. Do you see why we need to invest in Kyle and Canada's future?